Nothing like a good strong cup of tea to cheer you up. Hi, I'm Neil and I welcome you to NC's Forum. Thank you for joining in today. Today we are starting a new program on this channel called Topics Over Tea, or as they say in Hindi, Chai Pe Charcha. So do get your cup of tea or coffee and let's get right into it. So Snapdragon 8 Elite, the latest fad in the mobile space. Every single brand is now showcasing the new products or smartphones coming with Snapdragon 8 Elite. OnePlus is launching OnePlus 13 in India with Snapdragon 8 Elite. And I have the OnePlus 12 with Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. So let's see what is the difference between the 8 Elite and the 8 Gen 3, and does it actually make sense to upgrade from your Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 smartphone to an 8 Elite smartphone? Let's look at their specs, their common things and the differences. Main differences between the Snapdragon 8 Elite and the 8 Gen 3 processor. The key ones are the higher Antutu score by up to 36%, a whopping 31% higher CPU clock speed, a smaller size transistor, which means it's more performance oriented, and also the efficiency would be better because it's a 3 nanometer process versus the earlier 4 nanometer in 8 Gen 3. It's got a higher GPU frequency and it performs 22% better in floating point computations. So Nano Review site and 91 Mobile site, they have all posted the differences, the specs and everything. You can visit it, you can have a look at it. The key ones are here for you to see. The ones where the 8 Elite is significantly better than the 8 Gen 3 is highlighted in green, so have a look at it. So at the end of it, even though as you have seen the Snapdragon 8 Elite is anywhere between 22% to 30+% better than the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, whether it is the Geekbench score or the Antutu score, the CPU benchmarks in terms of the transistors packed in a smaller area and everything. Does it actually make sense for you to upgrade your Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 smartphone to an 8 Elite smartphone? The cost differences will not be much. You have been probably using the 8 Gen 3 smartphone from anywhere for the last 1 year to 6 months or 4 months or even 3 months maybe. And does it actually make sense for you as a user to upgrade just because the specs are 30% or 20% better? I don't think so. I would always say that it is better to wait and watch. Let's see how the thermal throttling happens. Let's see how the battery drainage happens. And a 30% or a 20% higher this thing is, score is not something that will impact your day-to-day life greatly. If you're a hardcore gamer, or if you use your phone for some hardcore professional photography editing or video editing, then maybe you can consider. But otherwise, I would say that if you have the 8 Gen 3 and you're happy with everything, the total smartphone package so as to stay, then stick with it for a little while more. Have a look at what others are saying about the 8 Elite. Have a look at its performance and everything else. And then later on, maybe a 6 months to 8 months down the line, you can decide, during the next Diwali. So this is about the technology world part of the topic over tea for today. I have always been fascinated by one topic, and that is what had happened in history today. Let's have a look at some of the events that happened today, 15th November, in history.